Now, you talked about the Security Plus when we started. You said that was your first certification.
It was, yeah.
I think it was my first certification also. Before that, I only did something from Microsoft, but after that, they decided to restructure their academy. And so that certification no longer exists. Now there's a new version of it. So I would say Security Plus was like that security certification, my first certification that got me into the field. Because when I got my first opportunity, they didn't ask for any certifications, but I had the Security Plus. And so when I talked to the guy that was interviewing me, and he was a very technical guy, I understand everything that he was talking about, but I wasn't well rounded when it comes to the tools and techniques and the procedures. But since I already knew them, that was a great start because he understood that, okay, if we actually invest some time teaching him, well, he already knows the stuff. It just needs time and experience, and then he will grow as a professional. So I would say the Security Plus had a lot of importance for my process and for my journey. How would you classify or put them into importance order or something like that when it comes to all the certifications you had? Could you pick like the most important one, considering the one that had the most impact on your career?
Oh, wow. As far as the certification that I think I got the most out of, I would probably say GWAPT,
Okay.
GWAPT from SANS.
Okay.
I like many pen testers, for a long time had web applications were a weak area for me. They
Okay.
just were. I didn't have as much experience with them. I think a lot of introductory pen testing courses, at least at the time, we're talking 5, 6, 7 years ago at this
Yeah.
point, didn't focus heavily on web applications. You could find things about SQL injection, LFI, RFI, all of that stuff, but um, understanding a web application and how it works, networks are much more approachable,
Mm.
especially for a beginner and especially for someone who has Security Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So that certification probably filled up my knowledge bank the most.
Okay.
That said, Security Plus, I am glad I got that first. That was a requirement for my job when I worked on a
Okay.
help desk.
Okay.
And it gave me a mental framework to classify everything by. So when I got Security Plus, I didn't come out of it saying, you know, PKI is super secure and I can help you implement it right now anywhere. It was not like that, but it did teach me how to think in a way that was security oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I was able to make decisions at work that had incorporated security into the process. I was able to consider security as a place of value generation as opposed to a burden.
Mm-hmm.
So Security Plus was important. It certainly was.
The Security Plus has a very interesting place in my heart, just for the same reasons you just mentioned. And people usually give a hard time for entry-level certifications. I don't really understand why. I think it's just because when you're a senior professional and you look back to the Security Plus, maybe you look at it with a different perspective. You look at it and you see, okay, there's this certification with such widespread of information, and there's no depth when it comes to the knowledge that it teaches you, right? It's just very, very introductive, I would say, for most of concepts it teaches you. But I would say it's a great certification if you want to learn about the spectrum of cybersecurity and many things that you can explore further if you want to. And I would still say that entry-level certifications are useful. It just depends on your situation. What's your opinion on that?
Everybody has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
When you're experienced, it's very easy to look back at yourself and maybe give yourself more credit than you deserve. Your past self, I mean. I think entry-level certifications are great. I wish more people had Security Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is increasingly relevant. I agree with my last employer. I mean, even though I was working on help desk, he wanted everybody to have Security Plus because security was such an important layer of what we did to
awesome.
him. Even though we were just answering tickets, most of the time we were helping people with printers and connecting to the Wi-Fi and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But he wanted security professionals helping people. So I don't like making determinations about certifications that much, except based on my own experience. I have certifications that I think were more worth it. I have some that I think were less worth it.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of roads to the same destination.
Mhm.
So I would never tell somebody that a certification that they think would be valuable based on their understanding of their own knowledge is not worth the time. That's not my place.
Yeah.